Hey everyone, welcome to Over Under Daily with TonyToni, the podcast where we break down the betting lines, analyze the spreads, and find the best plays on the board. We're tracking the trends and giving you the edge. We have two crucial games in the NBA playoffs for this Wednesday, so let's get right to it. First up is an elimination game between the Pacers and the Cavaliers. Cleveland enters as 6.5-point favorites and will look to force a Game 6. The Pacers ran the Cavs out of the gym, leading by more than 41 at one point in the first half. 7 Pacers finished the game with double digits, led by Pascal Siakam with his 21 points and 6 rebounds. Obi Toppin dropped 20 points off the bench on very efficient 9 for 14 shooting. Donovan Mitchell had an uncharacteristically bad night, shooting just 3 of 11 from the field and ending with a team worst minus 35 on-off rating. The East's first seed is in big trouble and will need to get their offense back to normal if they want to avoid an early off-season. The point total is set at 229.5, and the over still looks good with just how fast-paced this series has been. Our second game is Game 5 of the Nuggets versus the Thunder. OKC enters as 10.5-point favorites to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 4 was a rock fight that felt like it belonged in the 90s. Neither team broke 100 in scoring, and defensive intensity was the theme in all 4 quarters. SGA led his team to a win, finishing with 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Jokic had a game-high 27 points, though he only shot 31% from the field. The point total is set at 221.5, and the under might be safer if the shooting struggles continue for both teams. Now we move to the line of the day, the best value pick flying under the radar. For our line of the day, I have the over for Jamal Murray 3-point field goals, 1.5. The Thunder have been making life miserable for Jokic when he has the ball, so his co-star will likely have to shoulder more responsibilities to get the Denver offense going. If one bet isn't enough, let's build something bigger with our parlay of the day, a high-risk, high-reward play. When everything falls into place, the payout just hits different. Today, we have a 3-leg parlay, and my first pick is the under for Thunder versus the Nuggets, 221.5. Both teams have leaned on their defense throughout the series, and we can expect that to continue in this important Game 5. Next, I have the over for Game 5 for Pacers-Cavs, 229.5. Since all games in this series have been played at breakneck speeds, finally, I have the under for Lu Dort's 3-point field goals, 2.5. He was a decent shooter during the regular season, but his efficiency took a nosedive in the postseason. Before we go, here's another edition of Trivia Tuesday, where we share interesting facts, compelling narratives, and anything under the sun about the NBA. The NBA Draft Lottery is here, and we will get our first look into the fresh talent entering the league next season. However, the number 2 overall pick has historically been the subject of injuries, underperformance, or off-the-court mishaps. Many even think the number 2 pick is cursed. Perhaps the most infamous of these picks came in the legendary 2003 draft class, where Darko was selected second by the Pistons. However, Detroit missed out on Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. Milicic went on to have a disappointing career and was out of the league by 2012. A more recent example would be James Wiseman of the 2020 class drafted by the Golden State Warriors. Wiseman was expected to be the center that the Warriors had been lacking during their dynasty in the 2010s. However, an injury sidelined him for the entire of the 2022 championship run, and he was shipped to Detroit in 2023. Finally, Lonzo Ball, drafted in 2017 by the LA Lakers, was expected to be one of the faces of the league, but injuries kept him off the court for almost half of his first 2 seasons, and he was eventually shipped to New Orleans in the blockbuster Anthony Davis trade. He had a decent stint with the Pelicans until he was traded to the Bulls in 2021, where he did not play 2 full seasons due to left knee issues. All this is not to say that the number 2 pick in the draft is doomed, and hopefully this year's second overall will have better fortune in his future NBA career. All right, that's a wrap. Stay tuned in the coming days as we give you the picks for this exciting NBA postseason. Stay sharp, bet smart, and we'll be back tomorrow with more locks, leans, and heat dito, sama-sama sa arena. See you guys next time.